Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Gemini, I hope you are doing well. This is a reading all about old chapters closing and new chapters beginning. So I just want to show you the crystal that I have on my desk for these series of readings. And it's an ocean jasper, and it's for flow. So whatever chapter you are closing out right now and moving into, I hope that it is with ease and many blessings. So we're going to be using the Oracle of the Universe deck for the overall energy and the base spread of the reading by Stacey DeMarco, and the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann for the clarifiers for this reading. So get to it, Gemini. Overall energy for, thank you, Gemini. So I'm going to pull 4 cards for the base spread. Thank you, Spirit. Interesting. Okay. So 4 cards down. Now I'm going to get the clarifiers. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So your overall energy, Gemini. The Omega Nebula. Number 34, which reduces to a 7. The Chariot card in the Major Arcana, representing Cancer energy, victory, and movement forward. The word is limitless. Another sign got this. What sign got this? Maybe Virgo? I can't remember. Limitless. It's almost as if this swan is coming right out of the nebula. I almost see you emerging on a stage with like the fog machines, and as you kind of burst through, it's like there's that trail of fog that kind of follows your energy. It's almost like leaving this trail of influence wherever you go, but you're not looking back, right? Maybe you're connecting a little bit to your emotional side with that Chariot card. You know, gems are known for being the great analyzers of, you know, really inhabiting a space of curiosity, philosophy. That I feel as though some of you could be injecting a little bit of heart at this time in your life, and spirituality as well. I mean, obviously, if you're watching a tarot reading, you're kind of into it a little bit, but I see that there's this very bright star kind of right where third eye would be. Maybe you're tapping into your intuitive side, and that could be kind of new for you, like in a really serious way. Like, yeah, I just heard that somebody could be doing a little bit of substances to get to that place. You do you, Gemini. But that you're opening up a lot of doors in your consciousness that were never available to you before. You could be a little lost in it, right? I'm seeing you in that fog again, but now it's almost like, am I on stage left or stage right? Like where? And even when I said stage left or stage right, I looked to my right when I said stage left, and I looked to my left when I said stage right, because that's the terminology in the theater, right? It's opposite. Stage left is on your right and stage right is on your left. And so I'm kind of being mixed up in that very kind of classic Gemini energy of this and that are true. It seemed convoluted, but it really actually very much makes sense with your kind of energy, because there's this tendency with you to kind of want to flow to either, want to be here in the present and want to be there in the ethereal. This is what I see for you right now. I mean, it's really beautiful energy. I feel as though you're kind of tapping into and exploring parts of yourself that you haven't explored before, and that's always very exciting. And really fits in with this next card, which I have not gotten for any of the signs. You're the first. It's the Necklace Nebula, and the words are self-trust. Look at that. That's so crazy looking. Some kind of like Battlestar Galactica energy. That's a good show, by the way. The new version, not the old version. It's number 38, which is it reduces to an 11. Right? 11 is the Justice card in the Major Arcana. So there's this kind of balancing that is coming into play for you right now. Kind of karmic balancing that maybe you've worked through all of your, which is great if this is how it's panning out for you, that you've worked through some of the lessons that you've had to learn thus far in your life, which could, it leads to growth, but they're hard lessons, I feel, that you've had to work through. And now you're kind of stepping into this spiritually mature energy. And here's that energy again, right in the crown, third eye, right here. You're stepping into this place where you're just like, you feel almost alien, because you're seeing things you've never seen before. And there could be an element of having to trust yourself, because when you start to see the signs and the synchronicities, the symbols from spirit, the dreams, the astral projection, kind of jumping timelines, and it's seeing spirit come through people, animal, nature, like when you start to see those things very clearly, there's a part of you that can question, are my eyes seeing this? Are my ears hearing this? Am I actually perceiving this? But even in that sense of perception, we got to be in a state of flow, right? Because what is reality? Like, I'm getting very philosophical with your reading right now, Gem, which I like. But it feels like, like when you read for Pisces, it gets really kind of heady. For you, I just feel like it's getting philosophical. Like you're asking yourself these questions because you're having these experiences. And you're thinking about, what is perception? What is reality? What does it mean to see something in front of me and to kind of process that as something that is fact or truth? It's and then being okay with the idea that maybe you can't explain it. Maybe there isn't a scientific or rational explanation as to why this synchronicity occurred for you, or, you know, they keep saying the word coincidence, that you could have looked at things as mere coincidences, and now you're looking at things as co-incidences. Things happening together, things happening in tandem. This and that are true. Clarified by the 10 of emotions, right? Didn't I tell you that I saw you on a stage? Here you are on this stage. 10 of emotions, 10 of cups. And I also said there might be a highlight on feelings. This is joy and blissfulness and peacefulness. Well, I never use the word peacefulness with this card. Maybe it has to do with this self-trust. You're getting to this place where you're just like, you feel like peace in your heart. Oh my God, that's so great. Good for you, Gem. I just wanted to breathe through that energy. Peace in your heart. It's hard for an air sign to quiet the mind. Just like it's hard for a water sign to think rationally sometimes. Peace in your heart and things. Thank you, Spirit. Even in that state, they're coming together. There's cohesion. They make sense. That's a really beautiful energy. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this self-trust. What is that about, Spirit? Thank you. 8 of emotions. Aha. This is interesting. See how that kind of just wants to slip right into that energy? Right? Cover that up. It's almost like the 8 of emotions is 8 of cups. It's the card of walking away from a situation that no longer serves you. Maybe you're now realizing that perhaps the voidedness, emptiness was or needs to be a thing of the past, because now we're in this space of abundance, right? See how it's like a vacuum always wants to be filled. What is it? A vacuum? What is the scientific expression? Something doesn't like a vacuum, or yeah, something about a vacuum having to be filled. Like there's always going to be that need to fill the space. And right now, in this space of walking away, perhaps from a mindset of how you used to think or how you used to feel, it's now being filled with so much abundance. But it's an abundance that is challenging you in the best way possible. It's like all thrusters are firing for Gemini. It's like perking up your ears and perking up all the neural networks and causing all the thoughts to kind of coalesce and gel and form new thoughts and new ideas and push the limits and boundaries where there were limits and boundaries before. Thank you, Spirit. All right. In the current energy, the present energy, the number 2 of the major arcana, which is High Priestess energy. Yep. High Priestess, Pisces, the mystic, the psychic, sitting at the veil between worlds. It's the Taurus constellation in this particular card, and the word is sisterhood. Sisterhood. So, does not apply to gender, whatever gender you subscribe to. The idea of this divine feminine energy coming together in camaraderie, right? Holding on to one another. Oh, that's weird. I got a song when I said holding on, like holding on to one another's hand, trying to get away into the night, and then you put your arms around me, we tumble to the ground, and then we say, I think we're alone now. That I'm hearing the Tiffany version of that song from the 80s, but that song I believe is originally by the Beatles. But I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. The beating of my heart is the only sound. Perhaps this is, you know, this idea that there's this camaraderie. You know, I'm actually thinking of my twin flame, who is a Gemini. My twin flame also happens to be a Freemason, and this was before I knew anything about what Freemasonry was, or the symbolism, the high symbolism in Freemasonry. But I'm seeing that sense of camaraderie. I'm seeing like you being drawn to or attracted to others who share a similar curiosity. Right? I see this big group of people here. Others who share similar curiosity, an intellectual, spiritual, emotional curiosity that you are now facing at this time. It's almost as if the more you discover within yourself, the more you want to discover, the more you want to learn. And so it's about reaching out to others who share in that insight. And that's the very first thing that I did as I was going through my spiritual awakening, which was, I mean, I don't know if it was on purpose or it just kind of found me. If you're a light worker, then you understand this, that empaths and light workers always sort of magnetize towards one another. They always somehow find one another. And so I see this for you right now, Gemini, that you're attracting people that can foster this new curiosity within you. Right? But the Fool card here is in the reverse. This is the 0 card of the Major Arcana. It starts the tarot. The story of the tarot starts with the Fool's journey, the Fool's leap, the leap into the unknown. Right? So, it's different decks, right? I just want to show you these kind of spacey, galactic themes here, right? That there could be something that you're curious about. Again, could have to do with substances. I'm not condoning that, but I'm also not saying don't do it, because you have a right to do what you want to do. Let's say, for our example, that you want to do ayahuasca journey. And I was just talking to another air sign about this the other day, just talking to him about it. Let's say you're curious about doing an ayahuasca journey, where certainly the consciousness is just, the ego consciousness just blown wide open, right? Your whole universe is topsy-turvy. So maybe you're curious about it, but you're a little scared. That could be this energy, like you're not quite ready to take that leap of faith. Like, maybe that's a little too far. Let's just stick with meditation, or let's just stick with connecting to nature for now. Whatever it is, right? That's just one example, but there could be something here where, you know, or maybe you've been asked to go to some kind of spiritual retreat, and you're just like, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. But it's something's piquing your curiosity. You want to kind of explore it, but you're a little hesitant. I just want to draw you back to the energy of your reading, the overall energy, which was limitless, right? Now I see in the present energy, you could be putting some limitations on yourself, and Spirit is saying, why are you doing that? Ten of Pentacles. There's that circle of people, like-minded people, perhaps other light workers, connecting with nature. That's 2 10s for you right now. That's beautiful energy, 10-10. And if you see that as a synchronicity, know that your spirit guides are talking to you. You're getting a message. If you see 10-10 on the license plate, dashboard, on a check, whatever it is, 10-10. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Materials is all about abundance. It's almost as if once you start to recognize your limitlessness, then you start to see the abundance of the universe around you. When you start to see that abundance, you tap into that abundance, and then you attract it to you, which is what this card is all about. Look at all that bloom. That greenery, that prosperity, that community. It's beautiful energy that you're in at the moment. So it's almost like, don't tell yourself no. Don't stop yourself if you can help it. You have free will. But it's almost like, why are you watching this reading if you're not going to like make some moves for yourself? I don't know. The future potential, bright star, canopus. This card has come out for several signs. Number 44, which is a master number. Guidance. This card is so interesting because I'm drawn to something different every time. Once it was, when it came out, it was the waves. Another time it was the boat. Another time it was these two individuals here. For you today, it's the flag. It's almost like raising up the flag of victory, like heralding a new age for yourself, bringing in a new energy and a new chapter, right? Which is what this whole reading is about, where you're exploring new worlds. And these worlds could also be inner worlds as well. The consciousness, right? All of this could be inner world consciousness energy. So I'm being reminded of one of my favorite films. Sometimes I go back and forth because it's hard to just pick one favorite film. But 2001, A Space Odyssey is pretty much my favorite film. And yes, that movie is about space exploration. It is truly about artificial intelligence, out of control artificial intelligence. But the biggest journey that the protagonist took in that movie was the journey within his own psyche. Arguably. I'm sure there's a lot of critical theory classes out there that would discuss that movie ad nauseum, but to me, when I watched that movie like every week. I love it. And I discover something new every time. And their spirit is showing me that movie, and they're showing me a very specific scene when the main character is just kind of carried through this wormhole in space, like this portal in space, and he's thrust through this portal beyond the speed of light, beyond all comprehension, beyond something that a human form should be able to withstand. But did he physically actually travel through, or was it just his imagination, right? And I see this for you right now, that there could be an extreme acceleration for you within your psyche, within your consciousness, that pushes every limit that you understood. And there could be some resistance to that with the Temperance card in the reverse. Temperance card in the upright is Sagittarius energy, number 14, and it talks about alchemization, changing one state of being into another state of being, which is what it's kind of keeping on theme with the idea that your consciousness is changing. Your consciousness is ever changing, but at the rate of acceleration that I'm talking about, there could be, with this card in reverse, there could be a lot of resistance to change. Because if you start to question everything that you ever thought about life, you have an ego death. You call into question your whole identity. And that can be, if you're not careful, it can be traumatic, right? That's the idea of, in spiritual terms, it's when the Kundalini, because I'm seeing this, I have a snake, obsidian snake, right underneath my camera, and it's there for protection, right? I also identify, I'm born in the year of the snake, so I identify with snake energy, but Spirit just drew my attention to it on my desk. The Kundalini rising, it's this idea that there's this fluid at the base of our spine that when it is pushed through our, I guess, cerebellum, when it is pushed through and it hits our pineal gland, right, comes through the root chakra all the way up to our pineal gland, to our crown chakra. It's like bursting open everything that we ever thought we were, and to a place of enlightenment, not full enlightenment, but a sense of enlightenment, a sense of wonder, renewal, rebirth. That's what I just heard, rebirth. And this is no joke. This, when a person goes through a Kundalini awakening, and if they go through too fast, I feel like the sense of speed in your reading, they go through the Kundalini awakening too quickly, it can have very adverse effects on the body, on the physical body. So you could be experiencing hot flashes or fevers or chills or like loss of appetite, like actual physiological things. So we need to surround ourselves, right, by this group of people that can literally support us through this journey. That Spirit, that you're looking for that right now. That Spirit is telling you or drawing you towards others who have been through similar experiences to support you. I certainly had that. And the whole reason why I have this channel is to provide that for other people as it was provided to me. This is part of my calling. So there's something in you right now that is looking for that guidance. And as you should, right? And what is the advice from Spirit? The Crux constellation, number 32, reducing to a 5, the Hierophant energy, the in-between energy. And the word is signal, signal. Spirit's gonna show you a sign. Damn. You're gonna get a very clear sign. See that sign in the sky? This guy, this little parakeet or whatever that guy is, very curious. Could come through an animal. If you're like walking somewhere and you make contact with an animal or eye contact or something, or your pets or something, you could be having a message come through an animal. Take it as it resonates. You're gonna get a very clear sign from Spirit. What did I talk about the animal? It's the Strength card, Leo energy in the Major Arcana, number 8. The Strength card talks about mastery of the ego. I think your guides just came in. I just felt a tunneling in my left ear. It was very brief though. a mastery of the ego, a mastery over your fears. The fears that want to keep our sense of identity stagnant. Let's stay here, we're safe here, when all you want to do is take the leap of faith, right? Self-trust, remember? The Strength card is interesting because this, to me, represents defying some kind of expectation, blowing past a preconceived notion of who you should be. I'm hearing like maybe your parents kind of telling you how to be or who to be. And you just throwing all caution to the wind. Oh, they're very present, your spirit guides. There's something to this that they want me to say. You're breaking out of a mold. You're breaking from conformity. Finally. Let me get one more clarifier. What do the Gemini spirit guides, thank you, Spirit, what would you like to say? Wow. Okay. Oh, sorry, that made me, you got the Devil card. My crown is like pulsing. That just shot right out of the deck. You got the Devil card in the reverse. I asked your spirit guides, what do they want to say? Devil card in the reverse. Capricorn energy, number 15. The Devil card is all about, in the upright, it's all about addiction, codependency, stagnancy, trapped and bound energy, obsession, an overblown sense of desire, materialism. Spirit is saying, if you really want to reach new heights, you have to master whatever this devil energy is, right quick. Some of you may have addictive tendencies or personalities. Just take it as it resonates. It's not going to be for everybody, but Spirit is kind of saying, get a hold of that. Seek help for it. Get a hold of it. Take control of it before it takes control of you. I kind of have a feeling that for some people it already has. Your spirit guides are really hammering this home. There is so much potential. Boundless, limitless greatness for you. Prosperity everywhere you turn. But there is a little bit of trepidation, and it could be just the idea of being stagnant and stuck under the thumb of some energy that wanted to keep you small. Wow, could not have predicted this one. That's your reading, Gemini. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Gemini.